As city treasurer, I take my responsibility for the taxpayers' money very seriously. I am just one of the city officials in this checks and balances system of city government. Unfortunately, I seem to be the only watchdog of public funds. Last Monday, I was presented a $695,000 check to Durbin Corporation for purchase of the fire truck. Prior to signing for a check, I review the supporting documentation, and I regularly request additional documentation prior to signing a check. In the process of this Durbin check review, the lack of supporting documentation for this $695,000 check was clearly a big problem. I then, like I normally do, ask for the documentation, even though I have repeatedly asked for all the documentation to support the $695,000 check was a proper expenditure of public funds. As of today, I have not received the requested documentation. In reviewing this whole fire truck purchase, the starting point is with Service Safety Director Swain. In August 2014, the Service Safety Director entered into a contract with Durbin for the purchase of the fire truck. Without an ordinance from City Council and without a fiscal officer, city auditor certificate, certifying that funds were available, appropriated, and encumbered for the purchase of the fire truck. I have asked the Service Safety Director multiple times since last week for the legislation appropriating the funds for the fire truck and authorizing him to enter into a contract for the $695,000 fire truck. I have asked for the fiscal officer certificate multiple times as well. Neither the Service Safety Director nor the City Auditor has responded to my multiple requests for the proper documentation. Ohio Revised Code Section 5705.41 is clear on this subject. If the city entered into a contract without the fiscal officer certificate, that contract is void and no check or warrant can even be issued. The city auditor should not even have issued a check, as he had no authority to do so. Now, the law director is threatening to take me to court. Well, I welcome that opportunity, as the laws and facts clearly support my refusal to sign the Durbin check. But sadly, this whole incident has given the citizens an insight into how their city government is not properly working. The problem with this fire truck contract transaction was created by the Service Safety Director, the City Auditor, and the Council, not the City Treasurer. Instead of council members contact me and inquiring about what exactly was going on, council members displayed their ignorance by making derogatory comments to the press. I am just doing my job as City Treasurer. Our, quote, new, unquote, city government has a serious problem with following the laws and proper procedures. This whole fire truck contract was not properly handled from the beginning. But it was not until last week, when the check came before me, that I had any involvement in the process. Citizens want their government to operate within the law, and any city official who cannot operate within the law should not be in public office. Ohio Revised Code 5705.41 is designed to prevent fraud and the reckless expenditure of public funds. Council members should ask questions of other city officials involved as to how such a large expenditure of public funds, $695,000, could be so mismanaged. But the city does not have council members who ask questions and investigate issues for themselves, which is another problem. Good functioning city government requires all of the city officials to question and review the matters before them. I'm just doing my job as City Treasurer. Lastly, I would like to make a couple of final comments. First, I do care about the safety of the citizens and the protection of their property. The City of Galion has used mutual aid with Bucyrus and Ontario Springfield Township for years for fire protection of persons and property. And they can continue to do this while the fire truck issue is being resolved. And second, I want to thank the citizens for their support and understanding. I seem to be the lone voice of the people and the lone watchdog of public funds. It's a very difficult position. I look forward to a city government where all city officials are concerned with the proper expenditure of public funds. Thank you.